What's up, guys? Just a quick heads up that the music was blocked in this video due to copyright, so I have muted the audio. However, I have provided a link to the song in the description, so you can open a new tab and listen to the song alongside with my reaction. Or you can just join me on Patreon for unedited footage. But for now, enjoy the video, guys.
Such interesting song titles. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fabulous day. My name is Justin, and today we're listening to Frank Zappa. We're going to listen to the first 4 songs off of his album Apostrophe, released in 1974. This would be Don't Eat the Yellow Snow, The Nuke Rubs It, St. Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast, and Father Oblivion. So not only has Frank Zappa been requested on the channel a lot, but specifically when it came to this album, you guys had sent to do the first 4 songs as they are supposed to be like a suite together. So we're going to do that today. I've been taking an ice pick and just slightly chipping away at the iceberg that is Frank Zappa's discography and his music. But I'm definitely curious to hear more of what he has in store for us, what he has in store for me. I'd just like to, hear a little bit more about him and his musical output. You're all more than welcome to join me on Twitter in the comments down below. Let's jump into the songs. This is Frank Zappa with Don't Eat the Yellow Snow, The Nuke Rubs It, St. Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast, and Father Oblivion. I could go for some pancakes actually right now. Let's do it. I don't know what I'm supposed to make of that. Hold on, was there something at the end? Hold on. Okay, make sure I got the last little bits. I don't know what I'm supposed to make of it. Half the time I'm over here just laughing my face off, and the other half I'm trying to bounce my head to the stellar musicianship that's going on. There's two huge worlds colliding into the music, and as someone who is like not familiar with Frank Zappa besides a few songs that I've heard on the channel here, I'm still getting used to him. You know, like I can't deny that the music is like kicking, right? I mean, the musicianship throughout all of these tracks is really like brilliant. I mean, it's up there. I love Frank's singing and his delivery through the songs. His comedic flair and his timing on certain things is just like immaculate, alongside with certain moments where like a funny line is mentioned or a character is mentioned, and the music plays according to that. Right? It's very cartoonish in those ways, and I think that's actually one of the strengths of the suites of these first four songs. As I mentioned, I mean, all the musicians really are amazing here, and there's a lot of different musicians on here. So I can't quite tell you who's exactly doing on what song because it's not really broken up. So I don't know who's doing what where. The songs take you from, I mean, like high energy Father Oblivion, with some really interesting lyrics, to like Nanook Rubs It, which feels like a little progressive masterpiece. The jazz influences are huge and evident, and they're clear, but they're well worn. Frank Zappa puts his own twist on genres that were established, such as jazz, as soul, as rock, and he mixes it into his own meatloaf. You get a ton of different vocalizations from Zappa as well, from him going to like deeper voices into like more sillier character driven sounds. I think that is a huge talent. The way that he's able to switch between the two seemingly on a whim. Don't Eat the Yellow Snow. I like how rapid it starts off and then it slows down really nice into a groove. I like the boom boom. It's a cool song like in 7/8 time, and it feels like a cool introduction for the album and into the suite, because it does take you through so many different plots and everything feels so different. I don't even know if I can call it a story, but there is a progression from this song into Father Oblivion. It's an interesting one. I gotta say that the story in Nanook Rubs It is like my favorite. It is so random. I like how the yellow snow, which is established here in the first song, is also a big plot point in the next song, which leads to the next song and the plot points in there. So story-wise, there's a really nice progression between all the tracks, and they actually lead into each other really nicely. Like I said, the music accompaniment in all of it is really nice as well, and I would say really creative. I love the mixing of the vocals here. I will say this, in listening to these songs, is that there's a really nice balance between the comedic and the, I guess for lack of better word, more expected textures in the music. And I think that that's kind of what makes these songs unique. And I like this ending here.
So watch out where the huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow.
Come on. Isn't that a brilliant transition? That is so cool how the story moves, how the music moves the story itself. And like I said, Nanook, it carries on the plot, but the song is like, this song to me is the star. I really like this one. If I can really quickly go back to Yellow Snow, because I didn't talk about the lyrics, I'm gonna do all of them really quick. Dreamed I was an Eskimo, frozen wind began to blow under my boots and around my toes, the frost that bit the ground below. It was 100 degrees below zero. And my mama cried, Nanook, no, don't be a naughty Eskimo, save your money, don't go to the show. So he's having a dream that he's an Eskimo, and he is, and his mom is telling him not to go to the show, but he says pretty much that he's going. he goes out whatever journey he's about to lead on, he's going. Now, right before he leaves, he encounters his fur trapper in the next song, that he says starts whipping his favorite baby seal with a lead-filled snowshoe. This leads into some hilarious antics. Like, you guys saw, I'm laughing throughout this thing. On one hand, the lyrics are immature and, whatever. But on the other hand, I feel like they're executed kind of funnily. Like, it works. It's like certain movies, like, like they're dumb, but they're also like really funny. like you realize it's not like that funny, but Something about it, like it just works for you. Listen to the bass and the guitar here, guys.
Who was strictly.
And there's so much going on in the music as well. And I think actually this is something that I feel is really important. There is a lot going on throughout the song. But every new element that's added in comes in at a certain place so as not to overflow the song or make it feel overburdened. For example, the harmonies that come in or the horns, they come in at certain story beats that accentuate the music, but never overstaying and never overplaying. Those harmonies are hilarious. And Zappa sounds so good in his character. He sounds so good when he's singing. You can tell he has a smooth and soulful voice. It's like honey. But he's like not taking it so seriously. He's just kind of messing around with it, playing around with the story. Nice heavy blues solo going on here. Twice. Story beats, comedic timing. He's got it. But yeah, they get into a fight. Nanook, he rubs yellow snow in the guy's eyes, and the guy runs brown snow, for lack of a better word, in his eyes. And the guy has to go and visit this guy, Saint Alfonso, because apparently he is the one that would be able to fix his eyes.
What a random story.
Really cool marimba opening here. I think this is Ruth Underwood. This has a unique kind of fusion vibe to it as well. But it's not like any fusion that I've really been listening to. I don't know exactly who's doing what. Like I said, unfortunately, it's not too clear. I'm imagining it's George Duke who's handling the keyboards in this one, which we last heard on Inca Roads. But I feel like this solo is just really trippy. What great transitions though, guys. I wish I knew what the Funky Alfonso was. So looking at the lyrics for St. Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast, we're pretty much just getting set into a new scene with St. Alfonso. He says, I saw a handsome parish lady make her entrance like a queen, while she was totally chenille, and her old man was a Marine. She abused the sausage patty. I don't want to know what that means. She said, why don't you treat me mean? At St. Alfonso's Pancake Breakfast, where I stole the margarine. I don't know.
I don't know.
Moving into Father Oblivion, listen to that bass though. Jeez, the drumming here as well. I don't know who exactly is drumming on this one, but the drums are in the whole album, Jim Gordon, Johnny Guerin, who we last heard with Joni Mitchell, Ansley Dunbar, and Ralph Humphrey. Whoever's playing on this one, though, the drumming is fantastic. And then also in Farther Oblivion, this is like where some of the most hilarious comedic timing comes in. As certain lines rhyme and you can kind of fill in some stories, but he doesn't fill it in for us. But he does eventually reveal things which, make us feel guilty for our own minds. He says, like, for example, because the night before behind the door, a leprechaun had stroked his. The night before behind the door, a leprechaun had stroked his. The night before, behind the door, a leprechaun has stroked his, and then at the end he says smock. He stroked his smock. So, It reminds me of that one scene in Shrek when they first arrive to the town, and they're at the information booth, and it's playing that song. But dude, it jams into some laid-back spaces as well. That's insane. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by it. I enjoyed listening to it. I don't know. Inca Roads I really liked. This one I liked as well. I just don't know how often I would listen to this. The whole suite is really good. Nanook is one I would listen to. I thought that was really good. Join me in the comments down below. Join me on Twitter, on Patreon if you'd like. Don't eat the yellow snow. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.